What? The little fuck!
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Replicas. Yikes. So Replicas is a movie starring Keanu Reeves. It's about this guy, scientist, his family dies in a car accident, he brings him back to life, and the consequences of cloning, and blah, 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 blah. This was an interesting movie for me, honestly, because when I saw the original trailer back in 2017, wow, I thought, ugh. And then it got rescheduled. Then I didn't hear anything about it. I didn't even know it got rescheduled. Then all of a sudden, like a couple months ago, just all of a sudden, Replicas trailer 2, and I was like, oh. Why now? I didn't really care about this movie in the slightest bit. I mean, I like Keanu Reeves. That was the only thing I really cared about going in this movie. Nothing else in this movie interested me. The plot didn't sound interesting to me. Nothing about this movie sounded interesting. I could have seen it being terrible. Could have seen it not being good. I didn't see it being anything great. I didn't really care, but I was going to see it anyway because the other movie this weekend, there are two movies. The Upside, which, God, I wish I saw instead, and The Dog's Way Home, which I'm seeing tomorrow, because is it really as bad as the trailers make it look to me? But honestly, yeah. Nope. Alright, let's first start with the obvious. Keanu Reeves. He's great in everything. Unless it's in Replicas, because he wasn't good in this movie. Okay, so I'm a huge fan of Keanu Reeves. I really like the Matrix movies. Matrix Movie 1. We don't care about the sequels. But he just feels like he's phoning it in the entire time. It doesn't feel, the whole movie is resting on the fact that he needs to show emotional weight. And he doesn't. And you don't really care for him because he doesn't show emotional weight and it doesn't seem like he cares at all. And it's not sad. It's not interesting. It's also confusing. It's also dumb. Let's talk about it. Alright, so from the get-go of this movie, you can see what you're in for. You're in for a confusing, boring, really low-budget, bad movie. And low-budget doesn't always mean bad unless you're trying to make a science fiction movie about robots. Because, wow. The literal opening shot of this movie is it's showing the water, it says Replicas, blah, blah, blah. Then it goes up and looks at this camera, and I was like, oh my god, no. If you've seen it in the trailer, the shot with that helicopter looks like it's from 1982. Star Wars looked better than this. Note, I love Star Wars, the emphasis on the back, but in the 80s and we're in 2019. And of course, there's a robot in this movie, and there's cloning instead. This movie's not good. It is. Wow. Guess you could tell that from the rest of the review. No one in this movie is good. No one feels like they want to be there. No one's in this movie is particularly terrible. One actress actually seems like she's trying to be bad in the movie. No one's terrible, but no one's good. No one's good in this movie at all. Everyone's bad, at least. Okay, so at the beginning of this movie, I guess it wasn't hooking, but it was boring, but wasn't painfully boring, which boring is usually painful, but I wasn't in pain. I felt pain later. Oh my god. Wow, what a colossal flop. In second week of January, we've already got possibly the worst movie of the year. I'm not joking. If I go back front time and I see one of my top 10 worst of the year is in number 1, Replicas, I'll be like, yeah. DJ Wolf probably hated it. He hated this movie a lot more than I did, even though I hated it. That shows something. And another thing about this movie is that it's not only super boring, it's really confusing. I don't know what's going on by the third act. I'm like, why are you there? Why are you there? What are you doing? Why? What is anything ever? The movie becomes really confusing. And you do not want your audience to be confused when watching your movie, because I was just like, what is going on? Not only did I have to go through the hardship of sitting through this 2-hour monstrosity, I had to pay for it. Jesus. God, what is there really to say? It sucks. It sucks. That's all I can really say about this movie. is that it's really terrible. And it's not like, it's kind of like one of those movies where it's like, the main problem with the movie is that it's not just boring, it's confusing at the same time. And I don't like it at all. Now let's talk about that robot from the trailers. The best part of this entire movie is how hard I laughed at the robot. He's like running, punching, and whatnot. And I cannot believe it. I cannot believe this movie. I cannot believe the ending. I cannot believe the entire thing. It's a colossal failure. And I think I'm going to end this review short. There's probably something I'm going to be like, oh shoot, why'd you not talk about that? It's because I don't care. Because in the end, Replicas sucks. But this movie is not good. It is boring. It is painful. It's confusing. It's immensely stupid. Every single time there's some dialogue scene, just like big words, big science words. We're scientists, but we're not. Keanu Reeves does not work in a role where he has to show a lot of emotion. Nothing to the guy. He's a great actor, but not a good actor that's like... He's not good at delivering this role. I did not like this movie in the slightest bit of the word like. In fact, when I was going into the year, I was thinking, there's only 2 movies this month that I think are going to be good. And those are Replicas and Glass. Glass has gotten pretty bad reviews, and Replicas is terrible. I've already seen it. So what do you know? Yeah. It feels... This is a hard movie to rate for me because it's like 2 out of 10's too high. And then I guess 1 out of 10's not too low. So whatever. Who cares anyway? I'm going to give Replicas a freaking 1. Nothing about this movie works in the slightest bit of the word work. Nothing. Nothing. I feel like I could have gone more in depth. I just didn't have anything to say. It could be the worst movie of the year. It's not like something I'm going to yell a bunch about or anything like that. I'm not going to rage out about it. I just hated it, and I think it sucks. And I think it's just really bad. Really, 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 really bad. And yeah, I'm never gonna think about this. The only way I'm gonna think about this movie is, gosh, other sci-fi movies should not be like that one. Whatever. What do you guys think on Replicas? No, you don't. You don't have any opinions on it because you didn't see it. Bye. Yes, if you couldn't tell, there's an A Dog's Way Home review tomorrow. I'm just killing myself, aren't I?